There's one offensive group that hasn't really been talked about, and that is the offensive line for the Houston Texans. Now, one of the reasons why they're not being talked about because we have been historically bad for the past number of years. No one just expect this offensive line to be good. We were trapped under the ruling of Mike Devlin. Bill O'Brien did not want to make a change, did not want to bring in personnel, and it failed. He let players like Brandon Brooks go, players like Ben Jones go, players like Dwayne Brown. Yes, there was a whole holdout situation, but Dwayne Brown is still a Pro Bowler in this league. 3 key players that you could still have on your team right now are just gone because you didn't really pay attention to them. The offensive line has been neglected over the years, as is the defense. Of course, there was no doubt it was just gonna fall off. But I think that the Houston Texans are now on the right track. One of that is thanks to, obviously Nick Caserio has been bringing in a lot of bodies, bringing in a lot of players, to try to build a formidable offensive line. The best version of this offensive line might not come until next season, but I do think they could have a formidable offensive line, and it really has to do with James Catman, the offensive line coach. Where does he want to move these guys around? Because one thing about the offensive line that we've heard about is that everyone is moving everywhere besides your all-pro left tackle, Lermy Tunsil, who we all know is one of the best left tackles in the game. I think number 71 on the NFL top 100 players. Go check out his video. It was super cool. Lerman Tunsil, I love the guy. They had a little funny thing about how the whole trade thing happened, and basically how he got fleeced. But that's another story for another day. You know, I really think there's a possibility that we see the offensive line combination of Lermy Tunsil, Titus Howard, Justin Britt, Max Sharping, and Charlie Heck at right tackle. I think that is a possibility because that is the because that's the most common offensive line combination that we heard of, and we heard that that Titus Howard was being good as a left guard. We heard that Charlie Heck has been damn good at right tackle, has made leaps and bounds, and from year one to year two, everyone was expecting Charlie Heck to be, just a cam body, someone who's going to be cut by the end of the year. Looks like he's been learning from his dad, who is an offensive line coach with the Kansas City Chiefs, has been playing real good. I think that's a good combination out there. Is it the best one? I don't really think so because, the left side intrigues me. It really does. When you have Lermy Tunsil, when you have Titus Howard, and then Justin Britt, those three, as a unit for the left side, including the center, can be damn good for the Houston Texans. You remember the days of Dwayne Brown, of Wade Smith, of Chris Myers, and Arian Foster just running the left side, being the touchdown king that he was. We got to go back to that, and I think it's intriguing to view this as the next, foundation, on the left side of the offensive line of Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard. We all thought that this was a possibility when Titus Howard got drafted 2 years ago. We thought we'll put him right next to Laramie Tunsil, because we already have a left tackle. He was a left tackle and a right tackle at Alabama State. That's only because he had a right-handed quarterback and a left-handed quarterback. And as you know, a left-handed quarterback, the left tackle is a right tackle. So he's already used to being versatile. And I'm sorry, I don't know why I said the word like that, but that does intrigue me because if he could be good at being a left guard, we already know he could be a Pro Bowl caliber right tackle. You then fill it with a guy who's been, getting praise at training camp in Charlie Heck. You're giving him an opportunity to showcase what he can do. The only issue about that combination of the offensive line is just because the right side looks weak, man. Max Sharpen, who struggled heavily last year, you're also moving him from left guard to right guard. And then you're getting a fifth-round pick last year and starting him at right tackle. Now, I do think this could be the offensive line of the future, maybe next year or the year after that. But it's going to be the best line for the Houston Texans this season. I'm not so sure. Because there's really two players that haven't been in training camp. That's just because of injuries. You have Lane Taylor, who worked heavily, played heavily under, James Cameron at Green Bay. And then you have three-time Super Bowl right tackle, Marcus Cannon. Let's not forget about those two guys. The amount of playoff and Super Bowl experience between those two is absolutely insane. And if you could potentially get those two back by week one, can the other side of the offensive line be Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard, Justin Britt, Lane Taylor as your right guard, and Marcus Cannon as your right tackle? We know the Houston Texans want to go run heavy. We know they want to run the rock with Philip Lindsay and Mark Ingram, and whatever the hell you want to do with David Johnson, who's going to end up losing his job to Scotty Phillips anyway. Can you guys rock with an offensive line of Tunsil, Howard, Britt, Taylor, and Cannon? That actually excites me. You want to run the rock as much as you possibly can. And that is the way to go. We know that when you have a good offensive line, you have a good run game. When you have a good run game, it opens up the play action. And when you can when you could run the ball, you can win football games. And it looks like the Houston Texans are going to try to win this season. They know all the negativity that they are getting right now. And they're like, fuck it, we don't care. We're going to play our ball and try to win. And I love this camaraderie that this team is getting together, but that's a topic for tomorrow. The idea of an offensive line of left tackle Laramie Tunsil, your left guard Titus Howard, your center Justin Britt, your guard Lane Taylor, and then your right tackle Marcus Cannon. I don't know how you do not like that. I also love the combination of your right guard being Max Sharpen and Charlie Heck. We've heard that group has done good, but that looks like a group for the future, not for the group right now if you're trying to win football games. You don't want to kill Tyrod Taylor back there. You don't want to kill Davis. You especially don't want to kill Davis Mills back there. Get them going together. It's going to be It's going to be Max Sharpen's fourth year next year. It's going to be Charlie Heck's second year next year. Improvement can be made, and that could be the future of your offensive line. But as of right now, I love the combination of Lane Taylor and Marcus Cannon at right tackle. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Let me know if you like longer videos. As always, go Houston Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.